All right, folks, let's take a minute to reflect on some what I think is disturbing data. So we've all heard the insult, hey, you're a fat pig or you're fatter than a pig. Well, it turns out that Americans now, interestingly, are actually fatter than pigs are. You know, this is statistics that the average body fat on a pig ranges between about 9 and 24%, whereas the average male in America right now is 28% body fat. And the average female in America is now 40% body fat. So we are now fatter than pigs even. And it's interesting, if we look at how pigs are traditionally fattened up, well, it's typically by giving them lots of grains, some sort of like sugary product like maple syrup, and then also low-fat milk. Skim milk has been traditionally used to fatten pigs. And so what does that look like? Well, it looks like the average American breakfast, right? A big bowl of cereal, which is made out of grain, skim milk, and some sort of sugary topping. And so we're doing a very good job of fattening ourselves up like pigs. And so it's quite sad. Now, this other bit of data, which I also thought was quite interesting. So here's a nice study from back in 1998, looking at the fact that low cholesterol, whether dietary cholesterol or serum cholesterol, is significantly and reliably, but via things like randomized controlled trials and many other studies, associated with an increase in violent behavior. That is to say that primates fed a low cholesterol diet become extra violent, and humans, when they have low cholesterol, also tend to have a tendency towards violence. And this is what we see, at least it makes sense to me online when I see some of these vegans being so angry. And it must be frustrating to have this violent tendency and at the same time being so weak. So you end up, just screaming and yelling, basically into your computer anonymously, which is what I see over and over again. So anyway, so we're now fatter than pigs, and all these people with low cholesterol tend to be more violent. And it would be interesting to look at, violent criminals and see what they're actually eating. And I suspect many of them are eating just ultra-processed, high carb, low animal fat diets. And that's probably what we see in a lot of cases here. And yet we laud the fact that we think we should get everyone's cholesterol as low as possible to protect them from heart disease. And then they turn them into raving lunatics, right? Anyway, that's the news for today. It's quite interesting. Also today, I think I'm going to break the American record on the 500-meter row. I think that today I'll just do that. The record now is 1:20.3 seconds, set by Colin Cook a couple years ago. I will break that record. I think I'm going to do about a 1:18 or a 1:19, and I'm going to do it at 30 strokes per minute. So I'm not going to go all out. I'm going to do like a limited thing to kind of limit myself. I'll save that for when I go for world record attempts. But the American record I'll predict between, I'm going to say 1:18.5 and 1:19.5 will be my time. I'll do it at 30 strokes per minute, so probably take a total of 39 strokes. That's what I'm predicting. We'll see how accurate I am. Anyway, and I'll put that up on social media, once I do that later today. You guys have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.